Hey, welcome into Rob Wright's 10X Pop Culture. Hey, what are the good, the bad, the ugly, and sad things that happened in pop culture over the last month? Well, my panel and I are getting ready to tell you, so stay tuned. Hey, let me bring on my panel here, and we're getting ready to talk some interesting pop culture. State of the grid. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you inviting me on. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for being here. Glad you're here. We also have the great Stark of Iron. How are you today?
Well, I wouldn't say great, but I guess the studio audience has other ideas. I'm doing fantastic, Rob. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to covering this month in review with you, my friend.
Absolutely. And then we have Wes Cagle. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for letting me be here. It's always fun talking about this stuff with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's fun. You know, we do a monthly show talking about what's happened in the month of pop culture, and boy, we got a lot on our plate today. It's kind of crazy what's happened in the past couple months. But first, let's kind of start on a sad note, and we'll get happier as we go, hopefully. Um, so we had a couple of celebrity deaths that happened this month. I know we reported a bunch last month. We have two real significant ones. There were a couple other that passed away here, but we want to recognize some of the bigger ones. The first one I wanted to bring up that we want to talk about is Graham Greene. He was in a sensational character actor in several great movies. Notably for me, you know, I love the movie Maverick, of course, Taste of the Wolves. He had a big part in Die Hard with a Vengeance and numerous other movies. Guys, you know, when you think of Graham Greene, are there movies or TV shows that pop up or come to mind?
I'm talking Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future for me, and Last of the Mohicans. Um,
Mm.
he was a great character actor, but as soon as you told me who he was, because the name didn't ring a bell. He's one of those camouflage actors that kind of just um, he's just so good that he just kind of fills in wherever you need him. And as soon as I saw the face in my head, I remembered him from the TV show. That was one of my favorite shows as a kid.
Absolutely. Wes Cagle, I
Oh
know you
yeah, yeah.
like Maverick.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was in Maverick with one of my favorites of all time, James Garner, and another great Mel Gibson. But I was looking through his filmography, and I noticed his he was on television a lot as well, and he did some stuff before this. But his film debut was in a movie called Running Brave about the what's his name, Billy Mills from the Sioux tribe. He was a Native American distance runner, and yeah, so that was his and so he started off with a bang as a lead, because he played the lead. So pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean Last of the Mohicans. I mean Dances with Wolves.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was thinking of Last of Us. He was in Last of Us, I believe, as well. But anyway,
Oh, was he? I didn't. Yeah, I did not know. I did not know.
I think it was his most recent and probably last role was in The
hmm
yeah.
Last of Us. Yep.
um, but yeah, I think he's a great character actor, and he will definitely be missed. I mean, uh, he played a lot of Native Americans,
Mm-hmm.
and he did a great job in all of his roles, and really brought honor to the screen. And I think he was a fantastic actor, and I enjoyed his performances and everything I saw him in. You know.
Yep,
So,
yep, yep. He was
Brilliant
in
actor.
he was in 1883 as well. That the spinoff from Yellowstone,
yeah,
which was I did not know he was in 1883, and I watched it. I must have missed him.
yeah. But that's how good of an actor he is. If you blink, you'll miss him.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, he just had one of those faces and voices that just caught your attention as soon as he came on screen.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Um, probably his biggest movie, Dances with the Wolves. Just amazing role in that movie with Kevin Costner. But I really did love him in Maverick as well. I mean, it was a bit role. And then surprisingly, I mean, the scenes that he was in Die Hard with a Vengeance, where he gets the kids out of the building, is really cool too.
Oh, right. Yep, yep.
So
I'm not a big fan of Kevin Costner. I think Kevin Costner, much like the Neo era, Keanu Reeves is very much. I'm going to play one form of role, and every role that I play, kind of actor. He's a one-trick pony. Postman, Waterworld, and even with dances, I think that Graham Greene kind of carried some of the creative integrity of character acting in Dances with Wolves because of that. So yeah, you think of an intrinsic Native American part, like, oh, I know that guy, but I don't remember his name. But that's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that's
but
exactly
it's
how
like
it
he's
was
like
for
in
me.
every movie where he's an Indian, so shout out to Graham Greene. I hope that your name will no longer be forgotten by random people watching your movies on the couch.
He's got to have like a star
yeah.
on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I mean,
Yeah,
he's been in
yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Totally agree. So, but yeah, another celebrity death that happened recently. Oh my goodness. Graham Greene happened at the beginning of September, but this other guy, oh my
Robert
goodness.
Redford.
Redford is the one.
Yeah, now that one hit hard.
Yeah, that
one hit hard.
hit very hard. So I'll bring up
one of the last true Hollywood actors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And let me bring up my slides that you may.
He will live
recognize
forever
these
in the
slides.
memes. He will live forever in the
Yeah.
meme. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And respectful smile and nod.
Yes, absolutely. So I'll bring that up here. See, these slides are too much for StreamYard to put on, so I've got to share a screen.
That's right. Beware the wrath of the duck of death, for
Yes.
it is weak.
And so let me bring.
Yeah, but when you think of Robert Redford, I mean, you think of you think of like these old, these older
Yes.
1950s who am I thinking of, like
from Casablanca. What's his
Gone
name?
with the Wind and
Bogey, Bogey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, seriously, like people that really started this craft and took it seriously. I mean, you think of those type of actors, and he was one of the greats. He was one of the last ones of that era.
Oh,
Tinseltown era of Hollywood.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, he was in so many great movies. I mean,
there he is in the best Marvel movie ever released.
Yeah, Winter Soldier. Yeah, he was in that. But like, I'll plug this Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which in a couple weeks, Heather L and I are going to do a discussion about the history of that movie and the movie itself.
That's a good one.
And with Paul Newman was his breakout role, which great.
And you know what? I don't actually like. I didn't like westerns so much, but Tombstone got me into westerns, and
a lot of people from our generation are, us on a little bit on the younger side. We were brought
The
into
sci-fi
Westerns.
generation.
We were brought
Yeah.
into Westerns through
Yeah.
Tombstone. That's
Yeah.
you are one of many.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was a great one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he was in so many great movies. I mean, Jeremiah Johnson, The
Love
Sting.
that
Um,
meme.
You got this one with him and
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
Yes.
Hoffman, All the President's
Mhm.
Men. Yeah. You know,
Oh,
just a great one.
that's
And
a
then-
good one. Yeah.
Yeah, The Way We Were is a popular
Barbra
one.
Streisand. Yeah.
And what's his name? James Wood was one of. He said it was one of his first roles was in The Way We Were with Robert Redford. He said Robert Redford. He was a green actor. James Wood said, and he said Robert Redford was one of the nicest guys to him. You know, he's just like made him feel welcome, made him feel at ease. And as a matter of fact, he said Robert Redford used to hide in his trailer because he wanted to get away from all the nonsense.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So I mean, what a great one! And then apparently I've never seen this movie where he played the skier. I think it's called Downhill. I've heard good things about it, but I've never seen it.
Well, one of my favorite roles by him is not one that usually people think about. They usually think of, and it's also one of my favorites, The Natural, obviously. But one of my favorites from him is when it was in Sneakers. That's one of my favorites.
Sneakers was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hail to Matt G in the chat, who is now under the moniker of Sabrina's Espresso.
Yes. Hey, Sabrina's Espresso.
Oh, okay. That's who that is.
You know that?
Yeah.
But Robert Redford. I mean, he also started the Sundance Film Festival, which is really cool film festival that he started. It really helped independent filmmakers earn a voice. It's gotten a little bit too kind of Hollywoodized now, but at the time it was groundbreaking. I mean, so
yeah,
just a great actor. I mean, yeah, you're right. Throwback. One of the last great movie stars, and even some bit parts that he played in there. He was in quite a few other movies where he played some minor roles, and he even did those so well that he stood out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, he was also in, and I did not, because I've not seen it. Everybody, when they think of The Great Gatsby, they think of the newer one, but he was in the one from the 70s. So
yeah. I think The Great Gatsby has like 3 or 4 versions of it because there's the one with Warren Beatty in it too, right?
I was about to say Warren Beatty and can't remember her name. She was prolific too.
So, but yeah, and then one of his Robert Redford's first roles was in an episode of The Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
he started in the Twilight Zone.
So, and I think Anti-Derivative Jill, she's going through the Twilight Zone on her.
Oh
channel.
yeah.
So shout out to Anti-Derivative Jill, and she's going to be covering this episode coming up pretty soon. It's a heck of an episode.
Yeah, I need to go back and rewatch all those Twilight Zone episodes.
I need to actually attend one of those, but that's outside of my sleep norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll maybe get to bed earlier, or maybe do.
I'll have you know that the best times to be creative is when the sun is down. It's scientifically proven.
Oh, you know what? We were talking about his roles. It's a small part because it's such a huge movie with so many big stars in it. Another one of my favorites that he was in, because he does his part is phenomenal. It's great in it. He was in A Bridge Too Far.
Yes, he was.
Bridge Too Far.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hail Mary, full of grace.
That's it. Yeah. He just prays the whole time as he's rowing across that river, man.
That river.
Lord, yeah.
Yeah. And having been there and been in the Netherlands, that part of the Netherlands where the war actually took place, it's interesting to see that and put that film in perspective.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see the still earth and know that there was a time when it was being overwhelmed with thunder, blood, and iron.
Yeah.
Well, when you went there, Rob, did you there are still huge scars if people can direct you to them from the bombardments from World War I all across northern France. Yeah.
Well, so when we not to get off topic here, but on the way up to the Netherlands through France, we went a back way and through the areas where a lot of the fighting for World War I was, and a lot of those battlefields you can't really go on today because there's still some stuff in the ground that is highly explosive material, and they've had issues with farmers digging up stuff on accident to where it's caused some farmers to die because of that on their land. So I mean, it's crazy, it's insane, but yeah. So, but yeah, there are markers and stuff. I've got photos of that on the bus from the bus showing the World War I markers. So
Yeah,
kind of cool, kind of interesting. But yeah, the Southern Netherlands is very beautiful, very interesting. Yeah, we had a special presentation down there that I didn't talk about in my pictures because it's special to the trip. But maybe one of these days I'll talk about it because it was really, really cool. So
yeah. But I love him in A Bridge Too Far. Not just the rowing scene, but when they bring him in to talk to him about what he's going to have to do across to get to cross that river. He's deadpan about. Oh, that sounds great. He realized, he's like, good Lord, this is going to be the end of us, or at least most of us. But he's like, oh, okay, great. I mean, it is his acting in that scene when he's talking to the commander, telling him, listen, I'm sending you into the jaws of death. You might not come out. Is just it's a great scene.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm realizing there's a lot of movies that Robert Redford was in that I need to see. I've only seen a few of these. I've seen The Natural. I've seen A River Runs Through It. Obviously, The Winter Soldier. But a lot of these movies that you're talking about, I think I missed out on them, man.
Big time movies like Out of Africa was a big big
yeah,
film at the time.
That's
So
really good,
yeah. There's a lot in there. I have not seen either. I mean, they touted it a lot. The Horse Whisperer, but I didn't see that one either.
So yeah, a lot of great films that he was in. I mean, it was just amazing what he did and what he was in. I mean, good grief, it's just a lot of good stuff. He will be sorely missed. I mean, I think he's the last real movie star that we had, and hopefully Hollywood can get their act together and we can get people back on the right track and have movie stars again someday.
They're all leaving us. I mean, how I mean, they're all getting up there.
Hashtag bring back Tinseltown.
Yeah, I mean, how long before we lose somebody like John Voight from that, or Robert, or not Robert Duvall, or the other one, the old one who plays a gangster all the time.
The other one,
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
De Niro, yes, De Niro.
Oh, De Niro.
Yeah,
you beat me. You beat. I was turning it into a joke. It's like the other one that's not Robert De Niro.
No, De Niro. No, they're all leaving us. They're all leaving us. They're all getting up there. And I don't agree with. I don't like them in their personal lives a lot. But they are. I give them their due. They are phenomenal. They if they weren't around, Hollywood would not have been the same.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, that's the sad portion. So we're going to transition and talk about some of the ugly, and just want to mention here. So the Charlie Kirk situation, awful tragedy. The day that we're shooting this was the day of his memorial. So first off, thoughts and prayers for his family and all of us who mourn his loss. Just sad thing to happen. I don't want to get political about it. I don't want to go any further than that. But his passing had a little bit of ramifications in the pop culture situation, and we're going to talk about that next.
Yeah.
So my finger slipped on the button there. So we saw.
Yeah, it happens to me too.
Now I want candy.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna get into kind of the ugly news, and we're gonna talk about an article. So let me preface this. This came from the Hollywood Reporter, and it came out a few days ago, like Thursday or Friday, that talks about how Jimmy Kimmel's suspension went down. as you guys know, that Jimmy Kimmel was suspended for some remarks that he made about the Charlie Kirk issue. We're not going to get into the exact remarks. We're just going to talk about what the article said about what happened. And we're not going to get political. We're just going to try and stick to what it says in the article and kind of the facts. But I think it's important to understand, kind of what happened in this situation and what was reported in this article. So I know that if you watch Pop Culture Breakdown on Doomcock's channel, we had breaking news when this happened. And at the time, this article hadn't come out, but it was, we got a couple of articles that we're reading, and it was about ABC affiliates that were upset with some of his remarks. And essentially what they were threatening to do is to preempt his show on their affiliate stations that night. And according to this article, it talks about there were a couple of big major affiliates that were getting calls from advertisers, from even local fans and people that watch their local show, their local station, that they were upset about this. And so they threatened to pull him off of their airwaves in these major markets. The other thing that happened was there is a deal that's about to go in place between, I think, a couple of the affiliates. That's a significant deal and a significant impact to ABC and Disney, which they wanted to keep the waters, cool and clean so that deal goes through smoothly. And I think part of it is Disney didn't want any trouble with that deal as well, according to what the article said. Guys, if you want to chime in on this is kind of the baseline facts. What else did you guys see in this article that it said?
I haven't gotten a chance to look at the article.
Yeah, no, I've been, I've been paying attention to this, and it was two big affiliates, Nexstar and Sinclair, and between the two of them, it would have been like of the maybe, like 1,000 affiliates that carried the show across the country. They represented like over 200, and that's a big percentage that would have blacked out his show. So, the pressure was on.
I did hear that. So. Yeah.
I mean, the pressure was definitely on it. And according to this article, basically, ABC had a talk with him, and according to their sources in the article, I don't have the sources, not directly coming from me. It's coming from Hollywood Reporter, ironically.
Pinch of salt stuff.
Yeah. Basically, they said that all he had to do was apologize, and then he would have been fine to go on the air. So, I don't know if that's true or not, but apparently, he was not ready to apologize, and he was certainly not going to, apologize or go any further with that. Go ahead.
Well, I just want to.
And allegedly, he was planning on doubling down the next night. On the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So he definitely wasn't in the spot where he was ready to bend the knee and do what he needed to do. And I mean, regardless what he thinks, he just he made a lot of people lose their jobs. I mean, he really is thinking selfishly in that whole thing. I mean, I think I saw somewhere where Guillermo, the sidekick or whatever, was upset because he's out of a job now. So I mean, Jimmy's not. He's just thinking very selfishly, and he's putting a lot of people out of work that he apparently is supposed to be backing. They're supposed to be a team.
Yeah. Tony, you were going to mention something on this as well?
There was a time, and this is something that's very pop culture based, okay? I was introduced to Jimmy Kimmel through a little show called Win Ben Stein's Money on Comedy
Yes, me too.
Okay?
That's where I
Back then, he was pretty funny. When I watched him on the Man Show for Spike TV, pretty funny. We can say the same for people like Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, back in the day, from Clerks through Dogma, very funny.
Yep.
All right, Seth Rogen. This is the End is one of my favorite.
I agree.
Satires of the apocalypse ever put to film. Okay. But as time passes, with a lot of these people and this is not a Tinseltown thing. This is a modern Holly weird thing. Is they start backing ideals that are obviously on the end of a paycheck. They're getting paid to say things. They're getting paid to believe. The cool thing about actors is that if you ever try to pry into the modern actor's mindset, they suffer an identity crisis to the nth degree, because their entire careers are being told, hey, I need you to pretend to be this person, make this conceptual character a reality, shot for shot for shot for shot for shot. So it's a psychology thing. So they're now getting paid and say, hey, look, I need you to say this, I need you to say that. Sure thing, director. Well, I'm not your director, but Freudian slip. Okay, so what we're getting is these people are not, they're now passing the message of things that we won't get any further into, but they're backing the wrong horse. We'll put it that way, and it's beginning to cause a lot of us as fans, as people that digest the pop culture, to either A, dismiss their prior works despite how awesome they were, or B, separate the art from the artist. And that really is two sides of the same coin. Is right now the artists have become perversions of themselves, hollow representations of what they used to, believe. You either die the hero or you live long enough to become the villain. That's really what it boils down to. And Jimmy Kimmel is just one of many in a long line of people that have lived long enough to become the villain.
Absolutely. And the chairman of the FCC did come out and did talk briefly about, doing the facts. If he said something that was not factual, they could do an investigation. I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know that if all he had to do was apologize and he would have been back on, I'm not sure that the FCC is putting a huge amount of pressure, but the FCC does, for public stations, it does have, the right to investigate and do something with it with regards to public interest. I don't know where that's going to go. I don't want to go down that road because a lot of people are getting political with it, and I don't know that it needs to be political. I can just explain that what the FCC does and the fact that ABC is partially funded with our tax dollars. That's why it's a free station. So, that gets into a little bit, but we get down this slippery slope. And, I think, part of the real story here is just, I think we've gotten so far into, going so political that it's, number one, it's turned audiences off. And that's what we frequently talk about. We talk pop culture, but it's also gotten to the point where, we've just gotten ridiculous to the point where we've been insincere and people have been insincere and doing stupid, crazy things, And that's essentially what I see here. So,
well, I just with this whole thing of the both sides making this, making political hay, and with Jimmy's suspension, or who knows, he could come back on the air even next week, or he could be gone completely. But the other side is making hay about his unseating. However, if you really look at it, it's I think that they might have been using this as an excuse to maybe kind of shuffle him off, because
that's
his show's dying.
Too.
Yeah, his show is dying like Colbert. They're hemorrhaging money on these shows, so
I heard.
I think it might have been just an excuse to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Possibly. I heard his viewership slipped below, YouTube channels.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's going to be forced to have a YouTube channel and see, what his real audience is, because he's not going to have people that are, ushered into his show, and people falling asleep, older people falling asleep to his show, the right before his, and that type of stuff. There's going to have to be, you're going to be able to see the people that actually want to tune in to see Jimmy Kimmel, and I think he's going to be sorely surprised when he realizes he doesn't have the audience that he thought he did.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't. Well, I think he'll land on his feet. I mean, he's not untalented. I mean, say what you want about him, he's not untalented. It's fine. He'll be fine. So, well, I just don't hope he doesn't go.
Man's going to be
Keith
living off
Olbermann.
the residuals of his. He's going to be living off the residuals.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like anything is happening to him with regards to being arrested or.
Oh no! He did nothing.
Yeah.
He did nothing illegal. He did nothing illegal. He just didn't read the room. See, these guys, they've failed to learn from the master Johnny Carson. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's get into another sad story. We had Star Trek Day last week, and oh my goodness. I just wanted to talk about the state of Star Trek and where we are with this. I mean, I've got to admit, I mean, it's been a dismal failure for Paramount Plus.
It's a crime scene.
Yeah. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, you've got, shows that are so woke and not doing well that nobody watches them. And Paramount is so in the toilet that they've had to sell out their company, and you've got a couple mergers that are coming down the pipe in place to maybe try and save the studio. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they've really screwed the pooch on that whole franchise. I mean, the same with Star Wars, but Star Trek in particular. I think Sean Carter is right, though, that if there was a franchise that could come back, it would be Star Trek. They just got to get the right people in there that actually care about it. But as for how Star Trek is right now, we're lost. They've tried to do the woke thing. They've tried to, bring back the nostalgia characters. That it's all about the writing. They just don't have writers that understand Star Trek and care about it enough to write good stories, and that's where Hollywood in general is messing up. They're not hire. They don't have good writers. They have writers that have the message.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And then, the other aspect of it is that instead of going back to the fundamental roots of Star Trek, I mean, I hear and see previews of this Strange New Worlds show, and they turn it into a musical comedy, a puppet show, a cooking show, all this other stuff. And it's like they're trying to appeal to different mass audiences instead of focusing on what Star Trek was really about.
I heard a story about Star Trek once. It's crap, Jim, and here's why we know it. Here's why we know it. Here's why we know it. It's crap, Jim. Here's why we know it. Here's why we know it, Captain. Oh, Star Trekking across a universe. It all started when they recast Captain Kirk. Star Trekking across a universe. Alex Klutzman is a really big fat jerk. I'm gonna work on it. It just popped into my brain.
It's a work in progress.
It just popped in there. Kind of like
Definitely.
When you sang that part about recasting Captain Kirk, it reminded me of one of the biggest slaps in the face from that Strange New Woke show. When they actually took a big dig and jab at both Roddenberry and William Shatner himself. So that did not fly over well with the core. So.
No, and it's the sad thing is that really what you need to do is just you can get a new crew and you can do exploration. You don't have to keep going back to the past and recasting all the different characters that we love.
Yeah.
And, you can really start anew. And I had a crazy idea of a way you can bring back the original Kirk in a show, and I'm going to reveal it right now for you guys and see what you think. But
All right.
TM first, because you don't want nobody stealing it.
oh yeah, well,
Trademark. Yeah.
trademark it right now, Rob Wright.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my idea is this. So you have a new Enterprise and a new ship that's somewhat in the after Picard's crew, after all that, and the captain is the great great grandnephew of James Kirk, and he shares his first and last name, and he has a different middle name other than Tiberius. But anyway, so
Tyrannus.
yeah, Tyrannus. No, Tyrannus. Anyway, so here's the thing: is that in those moments when he's having to make a decision, and he's can't sleep at night on it, he dreams of his dream goes into a dream state where he visits with his great granduncle James T. Kirk.
Like an astral projection type of thing.
Kind of like that. And basically, James Kirk is kind of giving him some advice, but his main advice is pumping him up and telling him, well, this is what I would do, but you're the captain. It's your ship. It's up to you. This is your time, and it's who you are. And it's basically he's given the advice. And you could bring William Shatner in there to do those lines and have him in there as Kirk.
Kind of have
about a situation or scenario that he faced before, but also giving him advice and pumped him up.
And kind of have the moral being that, like, you don't have to be me. You just have to be yourself. You just have to be a Kirk. You just have to be your own self. You don't have to mimic what I am, which is really the message of all Hollywood nostalgia right now. They're trying to bring back all these different franchises and stuff. I mean, that should be a message to all these franchises saying, you don't have to be the exact same or try to mimic exactly what was in the past, because that was already done. Like, you're never going to live up to the icons that brought these franchises to where they are today. That's a great idea to have that message be thrown in there. I like it.
And the idea would be he's always going to be a part of him because he's a Kirk, and he can always come back in his dreams to his advice, or he could even plug his dreams into like a holodeck type program, and actually, we could see part of that too. But that would be the idea, and that'd be how you bring Kirk back. And you may not bring him back for every show.
Yeah,
you have certain shows.
He's like a mentor type thing.
Like a mentor, exactly. Yeah.
I like that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, you might have to have Shatner just record his lines, and we do a visual representation of him, because he's getting up there at 94. But still, that'd be a way to bring him back. That'd be meaningful. That still you have your whole story line in there. You could tie it back to his original thing, or tie back to a scene from the original the original show that he dealt with something similar to what's going on, what the crew's facing. But,
and you wouldn't have to try to live up to the expectations of William Shatner. You would already have him as a mentor, and you could build up a new character, because that's what Hollywood needs: new ideas, new writers, new characters.
Yep. So anyway, thoughts? I don't know. You guys have any other thoughts on Star Trek or anyways? But I mean, that would be just something simple.
Yeah. I mean, I wish they could do something similar with the Next Generation, because I grew up with the Next Generation, and then I went back and watched TOS. So with me, I'm still really upset about Picard, and I mean, the way that they handled those seasons, that was just a travesty, and I'm still not over that. I wish they could do something proper to pay respect to that entire crew, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
Yep. Tony, any other thoughts on Star Trek?
If I want to watch Star Trek, I go to this little thing called what what's it called? Rhymes with elf. Oh yeah, I go to my shelf. Okay. Now here's an alien concept a lot of people don't get, right? I pull this thing out called a DVD. All right, now I take the DVD with the aforementioned Star Trek on it, and I put this in a disc tray. Yes. And then what I do is I watch Star Trek as it was intended to be watched.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This new stuff that's out now, I don't even follow it anymore.
That's the beautiful thing, is that the older series are still there, and they're still just as good as they've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always go back and rewatch those episodes and get the same enjoyment out of it.
Get immersed in Star Trek. I pull out my my
Type
old,
2 phaser.
my old games, like Bridge Commander.
Bridge Commander. Yes,
definitely.
Star Trek Board.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Elite
so
Force.
many good PC games.
Yeah, especially with Q intervening.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just break out the old FASA role-playing game and
Oh,
try to
wow.
play that one.
Oh yeah.
That'd
We
be cool.
gotta get a crew together for that.
That would be awesome.
It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just Star Trek is so nostalgic, and I grew up with the movies and the Next Generation. I wish there was really a way to save the Next Generation, but I think they've sunk themselves.
They really have. It's so sad.
Let's go around the horn right quick before we get to our next subject. How do you rate your Star Trek? I'll start with TOS, TNG, TAS, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise.
For me, it's TNG, TOS, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise.
Where do you put the animated series? Where do you put TAS?
Oh, I guess I'd put it in between TOS and DS9.
What about you, Rob?
Yeah. Go ahead, Rob.
The original series and the original movies, then the Next Generation, then Deep Space Nine, the animated series, Voyager, and Enterprise.
Yeah. No, I think for me it's TOS, then TNG, then Enterprise, then
Enterprise over TAS. Wow.
Wow.
then the animated series, then Deep Space Nine, then Voyager.
Yeah.
Enterprise,
Voyager had
Enterprise
good
is
video
great.
games at least. Voyager had good video games at least.
Yeah,
Force
and it
was
had
fun.
7 and 9, but
It had 7 and 9.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Of 7
Well, so did Picard, but that didn't make Picard any better.
no, it didn't. All right,
Yes,
guys.
well,
Well, what happens when something starts out good and then it just sinks? We'll find out more about that next. Sorry, that was the ugly. Oh, wow. There we go.
I like that ninja star. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So,
So I was about to say, not.
oh man, I'm hitting all the buttons today. All right, so guys, Alien Earth started out really great. Had a couple of interesting episodes to start. Episode 5, well, if you guys are watching, I don't know if you're watching this show, but episode 5 was like Alien, the movie, and it's the closest thing that we've ever had to Alien. But these last 2 episodes have just gone. It's been
I heard Gary and Roja talking about it on the Pop Culture Breakdown, and yeah, I've never seen it, but I've heard about it, and after I heard Doomcock and Gary talking about it, sounds pretty bad. So,
you guys had the chance to see it?
Oh yeah, I've been watching all of it. I guess Teague's probably going to eventually review it. So we've all been watching it over there. It's probably going to be one of the next things he does after we run out of Landman. stuff. So I've been watching all of it, and I get where you're coming from. That 5 was very alien-like. However, it was the one episode that I hated because all they did was rehash and expand upon episode 1. It was just a filler episode. We didn't need it. I had already extrapolated everything that I needed from episode 1. I could come to all the conclusions that they were trying to fill. I filled in it all by myself because I watched episode 1. I didn't need
Goku
episode
on
5.
Snake Way.
Yeah, no, it was
Goku on
yeah.
Snake Way.
Yeah, about the only thing though that I think it added, it had a little bit more with the characters, which was kind of interesting. But I think the traitor on the ship, and the fact that he had contact with the billionaire boy with the big feet who annoys the crap out of me was interesting, because that almost makes you think that basically he plotted the course for where it was going to crash. Is what I got. And I mean, I don't know if we needed a whole episode to do that. I mean, it was interesting because it had some of the alien elements, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, that's what sucked me into the series because, like I said, it was an expansion. It was an expanded episode 1, and that's what sucked me in because I'm watching episode 1. I'm like, oh my god, this is Alien. This is Alien, right down to the security officer. I forget his name now. The guy with the blade in his hand. Cyborg. Yeah. He remind. I'm like, this is Dallas. He's Dallas, man. He's the one hard-lined, level-headed guy in this whole thing. A bunch of off the hook people who don't know what to do in an emergency.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And it was interesting to see that in this. The last 2 episodes, I think the only thing that's interested me is where they're going with the eyeball alien, which is really cool concept and a really cool alien. However, I think it's gotten a little bit to the point where you've got the synthetic humans, and you've pretty much established that it's not real, that they aren't really the sister of the guy. But I just, where it went last week, where she's able to communicate with the alien and all this other stuff, I'm like,
it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Where can you find the show? Is it on Amazon?
It's on FX.
Yeah.
FX and Hulu. Yeah, so it's on Tuesday nights on FX.
The thing with the communicate, I had no problem with her being able to figure out the language. That's fine. However, when spoilers, when she if you don't want to know anything about it, just don't listen to this part. They meet the xenomorph in the jungle. It doesn't automatically destroy. I don't care if you know its language. It would have ripped them apart.
Yes. Yeah, especially
you must be
brother.
talking about the conversation that they had.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, and I'm still disappointed that I didn't get the frog song. I mean, come on! When a xenomorph comes out of a guy, we gotta go.
Oh yes. He should have.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
And sung telephone. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
That was a good scene too. That was a really good scene.
Yeah, one of the few good scenes. But I mean,
pull out that top.
Wasn't that Peter Dinklage?
No.
No.
But yeah, I mean, we've got one more episode. The season finale the season finale is coming up on Tuesday. It'll be interesting to see where we go and see where we leave it. It'll be interesting to see if it gets renewed.
Spoiler alert for the season finale. Are you folks ready?
Yeah.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
We'll
Sorry, I had to go there. By that I mean I'm not sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I understand. This is what we get.
Well, who knows? Maybe they just had a little skid. Maybe they'll pull the thing out, or they'll crash. You never know what they're gonna do with that Akira motorcycle. They might just get it out and make the landing. I don't know.
Who knows? We will see, and we'll find out this Tuesday about it, and hopefully we'll talk about it next month. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be ugly. Who knows? But hey, we got some good news, and some good news hit Friday. Find out more in a sec. All right, I finally hit the right button that time.
Ta-da!
Yeah, man. Good job, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
Rob Wright, professional streamer. Give him a round of
Yes,
applause.
there we go.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Hey, it
That's
always
great.
works. Whenever you can make fun of yourself, you might as well do it. Especially
Oh,
a
yeah.
live stream. But hey, guys, Gina Carano, we talked about her winning her lawsuit a few months ago. Guess what? She's got a new show.
That's right.
Yeah,
she does.
does.
Yeah,
Jinx, you owe
Deadline.
me a Coke.
Yep,
Yeah, Deadline report. Did you guys get a chance to peruse this article from Deadline?
Yeah. Yep. I read it after
Oh,
you
yeah.
sent the link. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? It's basically it looks like she's going to be playing essentially kind of a lawyer and then a crime fighter by night.
that sounds
Yeah.
awesome to me.
Yeah.
I
It'll be
mean,
interesting, yeah.
After seeing her in Deadpool, in the first Deadpool, she definitely looks like she could fight some crime to me.
Well, see, the thing is Gina Carano is how you do, female athleticism.
Yeah, yeah,
You only have to look at like Cara Dune. It's like whenever she had to like really like beef up for Cara Dune because Cara Dune packs around this massive heavy auto blaster, right? So like the thing is like if you are playing a character, if you're a woman and you're playing a character that's a fighter or is capable of defending themselves, guess what? That's how you naturally look the part. And
Yeah.
That's when we gripe about like, strong women,
yeah.
it's whenever they're like 90 pounds soaking wet and they're, one hit KOing guys that are like 3 times their weight.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that she's one of the exceptions that she looks like she could kick a lot of men's asses, but she also looks sexy as hell doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she kicks my ass. I have no
she
problem. Let her
embraces-
kick my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
She embraces
Like
her femininity. Like if
she
you go
she's
back to
got she's got the muscles of a guy, but she's still sexy as hell. She pulls it off.
look at like her old MMA fights, like whenever they would like be sizing and weighing them up, right?
Yeah,
She'd be fighting this like chunky,
Yeah,
bullish
exactly.
woman, and this bullish looking woman's like flexing and stuff, and here's Gina just holding up a little fist like this, going, "I'm gonna get in a fight."
yeah.
Like she never like, she embraces her femininity. She knows
Yeah.
who she is,
Mhm.
and that's one of the things that makes
That's what
her
that's
more
what I like
awesome.
about her.
So
Yeah, she says that Logan's Reign is the new series that it's going to be called. It takes place in Vegas, where she's a paralegal and a legal assistant by day and crime fighter at night. She says Logan Reign is someone who I've been craving to bring to life. Carano told Deadline the project, and it's interesting. Looks like somebody also in this article, one of the guys that's creating it, had her in mind when he thought of the role, which is incredible. I'm so glad that she got it.
That's awesome.
Wes Tegel, did you have anything you wanted to add about it? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. It when I'm reading the article and I get to the title of the thing, I'm like, oh, they're doing a Logan's Run thing?
Yeah.
And I had to read it a second time. I had to start Logan's Run right away. But the only thing that gave me pause was that it was being done by the producers involved in Get Out, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, we'll see what they do.
now, am I the only person in the room that sees the subtle jab that is being made with the premise of the show? Lawyer by day, crime fighter at
She-Hulk.
night.
She-Hulk,
Yeah. Yeah, remember whenever that one Photoshop was going around that says this is the ideal She-Hulk, and it was just Gina,
Mm-hmm.
and then they painted her skin green and they gave her just a little bit more definition.
Yeah.
And then what we got was like this cartoonishly. Does anybody know what synthol is?
That's that stuff they serve at 10 Forward, isn't it?
No.
No, actually, it is.
It's like it makes your muscles look like balloons. It's kind of like creatine.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
yeah.
That's that Russian guy on YouTube that injected himself to hell.
When Tatiana transforms into the She-Hulk via that Shrekish era CG, it looks like she's just pumping in
Synthol.
cubic quarts of synthol.
Yeah,
The musculature.
is the
Look at how tiny her ankles are in comparison to her calves. She should not be able to walk.
Yeah.
All right. So when you look at like Gina and that small subtle Photoshop edit, you go, hey, perfect She-Hulk concept. So I think there's like just some subtle jabs going on. She's like,
I
yeah,
bet-
we settle with Disney, but you know what?
Yeah,
We're gonna be good sports about this. Am I right? Wink,
yeah, I
wink.
know, right?
Yeah.
So I can't wait. It's gonna be a good show. I'm definitely gonna be tuning in and watching it for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she announced it on her X, and I saw that, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh wow, that's cool, that's awesome, because I was wondering what would happen after the lawsuit. And I'm so glad that she got a chance at another show. So
File 13 says she will always be my Maxim Desert Queen. Many lonely nights with Gina.
Yeah, I read that.
Well,
wow.
of the people here on the panel, 2 of us have met her.
Yep. Absolutely. So, but yeah,
we got to give her some trinkets too.
yeah. Oh yeah, from
Yeah.
Doomcock.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I mean, yeah, and I wish all the best for Gina. You know, I mean, it's so awesome that she's getting that, and hopefully this leads to even more roles. And I know that she's wanting to get into writing and production side of it as well. So I hope that opens doors for her on the other side of the camera as well. So
Well, it's a smart move.
I think just this whole the whole controversy in general, and then winning the Disney thing, I think that's going to open a lot of doors for her.
Well, it's a smart move though, because that's a safety net. You know,
Right.
You're now not in front of the camera. You're behind the camera. They don't. You have a little bit more. Uncancelability.
I could see her like ending up directing a few episodes. After a while. If the show does well.
Oh yeah.
And getting into that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be cool if she's able to do that, and I hope she is. That's all the best for her.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears here. Let's transform. So, folks, we had Transformers Day this past week, and oh my goodness, I know we are lovers of that genre, that show. I grew up with Transformers, one of my favorite cartoon shows as a kid. Loved the comics, loved the cartoon. Not so much the Michael Bay movies, but that's a whole nother but let's talk about Transformers Day, kind of what impact Transformers had on you. What are your thoughts? Tony, I know it really had a big impact on him. Theta, I know it had a big impact on you.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you played with Transformers or had Transformers as a kid. Are you familiar with it? Did you watch Transformers?
Oh yeah, no, I was a young kid in the '70s, so I was like a teenager all throughout the '80s. I was from 11 to 20 in the '80s. So Transformers came along, right around the time that it was my demographic. It was what they were aiming at me. Yeah. So no, and I had we had the toys. We had the toys. I mean, and we watched all the shows. And when the movie, the theatrical thing came out, that was a big deal. So, I mean, as far as now, I don't pay attention as much anymore because, again, with those movies, I'm like, is that whatever? But I like what I like the old stuff. So
yeah. And let us introduce a new character. Skeletron.
Greetings!
Welcome,
Skeletron!
Skeletron.
Of Eternia, and of course, the Autobot sycophants of Cybertron! It is I, Skeletron, an abomination of 2 80s villains, merged into one!
What do you transform into?
That's for me to know and for your kids to purchase at your local Hasbro outlets. Buy now for 3 low payments of $99.99.
Oh wow, that's
Landshark.
That's expensive.
Landshark. Oh gosh, He-Man and Transformers. Wow. I mean, they've already done He-Man and the Ninja Turtles, but apparently, we've got a couple things coming up with Transformers. So, I don't know if you guys know, but the the comic was released in big, thick volumes, and those are coming
Yes.
soon. But they released the digital recently. I'm part of that. I've got the digital release, and so I've got all the comics from the UK and the Marvel run.
Oh, how
Which
much was it?
like $300.
Damn.
But
I did get all the Skybound comics, and I'm going to
Yeah.
be doing a review. I started a new channel, Tron 1, and I'm going to be doing a review on the Skybound comics, and then I'm going to go back and get get the older comics and do reviews on that, and reviews on my figures and stuff like that. So you know how much I love Transformers and all my
oh
my
yeah,
collectibles. I do customs and stuff on mine. Transformers and Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Ghostbusters, they all shaped my life. Without them, I wouldn't be me.
yeah, absolutely. And I love the original cartoon and the original comic. The comic book got really
Yeah,
really
dark.
really intense really quick, but
Yes.
it was more intense, way more intense than the cartoon, and it's similar to the GI Joe comic where it was more intense and more involved than the cartoon was. But
Yeah.
I had the toys, the cartoon, the comic just was a big part of my childhood. And what I loved about Transformers was just all the different eras of it. The movie was phenomenal, although we kind of knew the ending before it came out, and I'll tell you about that at some other point. But Transformers Day and Transformers in general has always had a big part of my life. And nowadays I haven't read all the stuff. I've read some of the IDW stuff, which was good. Some of it got a little bit on the woke side.
Yeah.
But I think they've rebounded and redone some things here, and collecting has gotten interesting. So Hasbro's really stepped up their game with the '86 versions, which are for Hasbro figures pretty good. And then and then for me, I actually collect some of the Masterpiece line, and some of the Masterpiece line has gotten outstanding and incredible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
kind of cool. But
If you pre-order the new Skeletron, you'll also get Beast Scream and Adamus Prime, also at $99.99 a piece.
I honestly wouldn't mind a Skeletron. That would be a very cool addition to my collection.
We have Knight Rider,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, G.I. Joe, and Terminator. We need more crossovers, you bubble-headed booby.
You know what we need? We need a Skeletron, and then a Optimus or a
Adamus Prime.
he Prime or something.
Adamus,
apparently
A-D-A-M-U-S
there
Prime.
might be a crossover between the two. But Comic Relief Crusader's in here.
Hey, what's
I
up?
know.
And Comic Relief Crusader actually works with one
Yeah,
of the
X-Transbots and Keith.
X-Transbots.
Yeah.
And Comic Relief Crusader, first of all, subscribe to his channel. He's a great
Yeah.
guy. He does some great stuff on his channel. And if you love Transformers, he covers a lot of stuff with Transformers, what's going on in Masterpiece, and he gives you previews of what Keith has coming up.
Yeah.
He is a fantastic guy. I can't plug his channel enough. He's amazing. I think he's just a phenomenal guy here. And Val 13's in there as well, and also hi to Sigvaldison. But guys, anything else on Transformers for Transformers Day that you guys love or wanted to share?
I could talk for hours about Transformers, man. I mean, to be honest, like Transformers really did shape my childhood. I mean, the characters are so well written, and yeah, the art does get a little wonky after season 1 and everything. But with the combiners coming in and everything, Devastator, the Constructicons, Comic Relief Crusader working with X-Transbots. And they're coming out with the Protectobots hopefully by the end of this year, right? Comic Relief Crusader, and their Constructicons are top notch. If I had the money, I would buy each Constructicon and buy a whole new shelf to put them on, because all the reviews just look amazing. I'm thrilled that Keith has made the Constructicons so good. They unanimously are beating fans toys with the individual bots. All the best reviewers, all the top reviewers are hands down saying that the X Transbots Constructicons are much better quality. They look more cartoon accurate and all that stuff. So, like I said, I could talk for hours about this. So,
Well, yeah, I agree with you to a point. I mean, I'm getting both. So I've got both. There have only been 2 releases of the fans toys,
yeah.
Constructicons, and I don't want to get into a big debate. I've got both the X Trans bots and the other. The X Trans bots will be my bots, and
Well,
the fans
that's what I
toys are gonna
mean.
be yeah, the fans toys
Yeah,
probably my combined
I think
mode.
Fans Toys is going to have the better Devastator,
Mhm.
the better combined mode for Devastator. But I think that X Transbots is going to be better for for the individual bots.
Yeah, yeah, and I would agree with your assessment there. So, I mean, but X Transbots is going to complete according to Comic
Yeah.
Relief Data, they're going to get the last 2 out before the end of the year, which is awesome. Fans Toys, we're still going to be waiting until next year. We may get one last one by
We
Fans.
might be waiting till 27, you know?
Well, I think Fans Toys is going to be able to step up their game now that they have. So part of the Fans Toys problems, and guys, not to get into too much of Transformers talk here,
Yeah.
we're going down a tangent that I don't know. My understanding is that one of the designers had left
Yeah.
during the time that they were creating the Stunticons and the aerial bots.
Yeah.
And they had like half of them done, and then this
Yeah.
creator left, and then they had to figure out. And he took all
Ha-
the designs with him,
Yeah.
and so they
That's
had
what
to
I
figure
heard,
out
too.
the engineering and redo the design for the remaining ones, and figure out how it was all going to fit, and that threw them completely off. So
I do really like Scrapper's leg though. It looks like the cartoon how it's drawn. You know, with the instead of having the arms of the bot come down and be the back support for Devastator, it's actually like a construction part that you attach. I think that looks really good. I think that's going to make the Devastator look exceptionally cartoon accurate. So I'm really excited about that. Once I get rich, I'm definitely going to get both sets. But they're definitely very cool.
yeah, absolutely. All right, anything else about Transformers or Transformers Day?
Just remember that this day only comes once a year, meaning that it is a reminder that all of you are a bunch of old 80s kids. Until we meet again!
Yeah, and we can transform to the next.
Yeah, let's transform to the next thing, and we've got an interesting news that's come out. So first off, guys, we talked a couple of months ago about Tron Ares. Tron Ares comes out in a couple weeks. At the time that we're recording this, it's September 21st. Tron Ares comes out in a couple weeks on October 10th.
Yep.
A new trailer dropped, which looked pretty awesome.
It did.
I don't know if you guys had a chance to see the trailer. Wes Cagle, have you seen the trailer?
I did see the trailer. Yes.
Yeah, so let's go around and get thoughts on the trailer. Wes Cagle, if you want to kick it off, and then I know Beta's got a lot to say about it. And
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Tron's one of my favorites, the original, and I actually, being I actually got to see that in the theater when it came out in '82, and it was awesome. And some of the original fans didn't, had mixed feelings about the Legacy. I like Legacy. I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. This one, I mean, the trailer looks visually nice. It's what I say about the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movie. It's visually stunning. I'm not really sold on it, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna wait to see what everybody else has to say about it. I'm not so gung ho about the whole thing. I've heard different things. That I'm like, well, I don't know about this. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm open minded, but I'm not like when Legacy came out. I'm like, this is gonna be cool. I'm not that. I'm getting this vibe this time. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see though. We'll see. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. Tony, thoughts on Tron Ares, the new trailer?
I have mixed feelings about it. Let me see if my Skeletron voice is okay. I have mixed feelings on it, and short end of it is I would like to see what happens, but at the same time, seeing the manifestations of the computer world in our reality, I just get flashbacks to Pixels, and it could just be from the damage that movie did to me, with it being as bad as it was. But I'm gonna give it a fair shake. So, yeah. So we'll see. We'll just see how it flies. Again, I like a good Tron movie, but at the same time, I have to be hesitant because the last time that we had video games in real life of this kind of caliber with the dark, gritty, dark city vibes, most of it happening at night, just so that you can actually see the things like the monitor flying over the cityscape. I have to show some hesitance. I'm afraid that they'll screw with it. So
Yeah.
we'll know in the future. We'll know when it comes out.
Data, you did a whole review of the Tron Tron Ares trailer recently.
I've actually done two.
Oh, you did two. Yeah, that's right.
I've actually done two. I did one on the first teaser trailer, and then I did one on the new footage that was just released. So I've been kind of flip-flopping. At first I was kind of let down. I was not let down, but I was hesitant. I was very on the fence about the whole thing. I don't like Jared Leto. There's never been a Jared Leto movie that I've been like, oh, that just, I can't think of one movie that Jared Leto has starred in that that I have kept in my memory that has made an impact on my life. So, having Jared Leto be the star of this really didn't appeal to me, but I started to warm up to it after I learned that Tron Ares wouldn't even be off the ground without Jared Leto. Apparently, he was the person in 2015 when they had the script ready to go and everything. He was the one that was pushing because he was always going to be the bad guy. He wasn't going to do this whole redemption arc that they're trying to pull off now. But now apparently he's the one that has been pushing for this movie to get made. And so if it does turn out to be good, then thank you, Jared Leto. But after the new footage, it looks like there's going to be 3 grids. There's going to be the 82 grid from the very first movie. There's going to be the grid from Legacy, and then there's going to be the new grid, which is made by this character named Eve, who is literally a Fortnite game designer. And she's apparently Sam and Cora, they after the movie Legacy ended, they ruined income somehow, and this Fortnite game creator Eve saved the company, and so she's the hero of, that's who we see in all the trailers, is that that woman. She looks like she's a cop or something, but she's not. She's just a game designer, but her name is Eve. And basically, the whole Ares and Athena are the 2 characters. Obviously, they're the god and goddesses of war in Greek mythology. And that's why they're named that by Julian Dillinger, which is the grandson of Ed Dillinger's grandson of the original Ed Dillinger, the son of Ed Dillinger Jr. from Cecilian Murphy's character, Cillian Murphy's character from Legacy. He was in the boardroom that we saw for just a little bit in Legacy. But anyway, so this movie, what I'm reading about now is that it's all about it's like a Pinocchio story with Aries. He wants to be a real boy, type of thing. He wants to become a human, and he's trying to save the Earth. And in doing that, hoping he can find a human humanity in himself and everything. But he's there because the programs that they're bringing into the the world as warrior as soldiers, basically. They are creating they're creating global warming. They're creating a bunch of woke stuff, basically. And so they're turning it into a bunch of woke nonsense. And
no,
so
that's disappointing.
yeah, so now I'm very, very, very on the fence. Like I'm gonna see it because I love Tron so much. I got my identity disc behind me. I love it to death, and that also I'm hoping that this is like a Spider-Man No Way Home type of thing where like they try to pretend that, oh no, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield aren't going to be in this, and and then we find out that they are. But they're saying that Garrett Hedlund, Sam and Cora, Olivia Wilde, they're not going to be in this movie at all, and Bruce Boxleitner is not going to be in it.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah, so Flynn is only going to be in it for a little bit as a ghost of the 82 grid. I'm hoping it's a lie. I'm hoping it's one of those things where they're kind of holding their cards close to the chest so that when we see the movie we're like, yeah, we throw our popcorn in the air and cheer, and we got them, they're in the movie. We see Tron, we see Rinsler turn back into Tron, whatever, I mean, because all we really need from Bruce is his voice. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
so yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, folks, I'll see this when it comes out, and I'll put a video on with my reaction to it. So stay tuned, because I'll tell you whether or not this movie is any good or if it sucks. But
Yeah,
man, that's not sounding good, because the trailer looks kind of cool with
it does.
You have the digitization of Tron into our real world and what's going on, what's happening with that. I mean, that's cool.
And,
That's
and then
like the
Flynn
next evolution
in
of
like
it.
a transparent, like Force Ghost type of character, like he's like the embodiment of the 82 system. And another thing that let me down too is that we see a scene in one of the trailers where the new grid has a sunlight. And we remember from Tron Legacy, Cora was talking about asking, what does the sun feel like, and Sam is having to describe what the sun is
Yeah.
like.
Well, don't
And
give too much of it away.
well, no, I mean, this is just stuff that you see in the trailer and from Legacy. But I was thinking that Sam was the one that was going to create that sun in the new grid. But in the article that I read, it's saying that the Fortnite game creator is the one that did it. So they're really just trying to kick Garrett Hedlund, Sam and Cora out of the entire picture, trying to make them look like they screwed up income and everything. And it's just sad what I've read. Hopefully, like I said, it's all just dangling the carrot, trying to get us to think one thing and then go to see the movie, and then we're surprised and cheering and all that stuff. But
Right.
that's what I've read in the articles so far.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, the thing that disappoints me, or that worries me, is that we see all the cool stuff in the trailer, and then the movie is not as cool as the trailer, which we've seen happen a couple times in some of our favorite movies. And the other aspect of the original Tron, which we will talk about in Pop Culture Breakdown this week. It's our movie of the week, by the way. Plug for Doomcock there. But the Tron program was there as a protector that was outside of the
master security program. Yeah,
it's a safety program, and it's I wish that they would have done a little bit more with that, and I wish that would be a kind of a running theme that it would have evolved in these 3 movies. If you could get back to that, that would be an interesting way to tie it to the first movie. But
yeah,
other than that, anything else about Tron Ares coming up that you guys have or want to talk about?
I would just like to see Tron come back after Rinsler fell into the sea of simulation after he sacrificed himself in the last movie. I would really like to see him come back as Tron, and have a redemption, even if it's just for a second, just to see Tron coming back. Because, the movie is called Tron, and now all of a sudden Tron isn't even in the movie, apparently.
Yeah, you can't have Tron. How can you have Tron without Tron?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
This is all I gotta say to file. As it's about Tron and Proxy. Tron lines are good in Tron. As much as I love War and Fight for Cybertron or Fall of Cybertron, the one thing that the graphical liberties they took by giving every robot Tron lines could have went without that. Other than that, great games. Tron lines belong in Tron. Yeah. That's my anecdotal segue.
Yeah, absolutely.
End cap. There we go. End cap.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, hey, that's it for our good, bad, and the ugly of Pop Culture and Pop Culture Roundup this month. Let's go around and plug everybody that has everything to plug. Theta, I know you got something coming up. Can you plug your show and whatever you got coming on the?
Yeah, tonight, every Sunday night, I do Cosmic Theta Theater 2117, where we watch movies and we, riff jokes like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Tonight, we're going to be watching The Toxic Avenger Part 3, since we watched Part 2 last week. And, so come over and check it out. I also have a new channel that I'm going to be posting nothing but Transformers content on, and that's going to be youtube.com/@Thetatron-1, the number 1.
Perfect.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. And folks, we'll leave a link to, we got it already in there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Wes.
Yeah, thanks, Wes Cagle. And Wes Cagle, plug whatever you're on. I know you're on a couple of shows on YouTube.
Yeah, I bounce around a lot. The only one that I've usually been regular on is Wednesdays with Dad Man. Me and him just do a stream of consciousness kind of thing, where we just go from bounce to subject to subject, let the chat just kind of lead us, and we just talk about whatever, just there, have a good time. And I sometimes appear on other shows. I think I'm going to be regular with Admiral Teague over there as they review Landman, which has been a good show. It's been a good show. So
I've heard good things.
Yeah. So just those are pretty much the only 2 things I'm regular on, and you'll see me on other places from time to time. Wherever I go. Who knows? You never know. But that's about it.
Awesome. And then Stark of Iron, plug away. You got a lot of stuff going on. Your shorts have done amazing, dude.
Are you tired of the same old humdrum day today, where people just talk about stuff with no pizzazz, fire, or energy? Well, then please consider our variety entertainment shows on the following nights: Thursday and Saturday evenings at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, my birthday's coming up. That's right, my birthday. I'm going to be old now. Isn't that nice? I tell you what, we're going to be having that this coming Sunday on the 28th, which also happens to be my birthday panel show, where we're going to have party games, possibly karaoke, and a lot more. If you would like to have an advertisement done on my channel during said matinees, then please reach out. I will actually help you build one. Why? Because advertisement is how you get people. Check out Skeletor Shorts as well as Bill Cipher Shorts, Alistor Shorts, and Cobra Commander coming up in the very, very near future. Our channel is almost at 2,400 subscribers, and we would love to have some people from your community, 11 please, join us so that we can actually hit that number. Thank you, Rob Wright, for bringing us this pop culture wrap-up of the month, and we hope to see you over on Theta of the Grids, where you never know what character act I will be busting my ass to portray. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. So, coming up on my channel, I will have a video come out this week with a review of the original 1985 Teen Wolf and some interesting stuff about that. So we look at that video. Next Sunday, same time, 5:30. Guess what? We got the hits of 1975, which Stark of Iron
on my birthday stream.
Yeah, on your birthday. So
you do understand that it's my birthday start party. I'm starting at 5. I'm going through to question marks. It's my birthday, man.
Oh, so you might not be able to join us?
No, it's my birthday. I got a party.
Oh man.
It's his birthday, and he'll cry if he wants to.
Could you push it back another?
I might be able to. I'd have to talk with the rest of the gang because we've already got stuff in place for October.
The 5th, mayhaps, maybe the 12th. I want you to be there for my birthday.
So you're gonna stream all night, though, right?
Yes.
Maybe we can move the stream up before your stream.
Well, that means I would have to wake up in uncomfortable hours. That
would be more work for him on his birthday.
Making me work. Man's making me work on my birthday. I'm already.
He's not even supposed to be here today.
Not even supposed to be here today. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Well, we got it coming up, and the hits in 1975 are pretty good. And our album that we love, guess what that is?
Donna Summers.
Nope.
TLC.
Yes. Led Zeppelin 4, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Led Zeppelin 4.
Bad Love Evermore.
You're tempting me.
Yeah, so we got that coming up. And then also coming up, we've got another episode of The Pacific. And then we've got an episode where Heather and I are going to go over the history and the movie of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Oh, very cool.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My favorite's when they jump off the cliff. I love it. That's my favorite scene in the album.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So we got all that coming up on my channel. So, and I also give a plug for Doomcock this Wednesday, Pop Culture Breakdown. We will be covering, another episode of Peacemaker, probably the finale of Alien Earth. Hopefully that's good. And then our movie of the week is Tron. So please check that out.
All hail Doomcock and his cool kids.
Yes, definitely.
So, how I'd love to be on that panel and talk about that.
No, they're not letting you on, Theta. You would dominate the stream. You would overshadow them all. Your knowledge would be too much for them.
No, I'd shut my mouth.
No, I tell you what. I think Theta would be a good fit for a special guest if DC wants him on. I would put my hat in the ring for him.
We'll see. I'd have to talk to Doomcock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll
no, don't worry.
It's your movie, man.
You
can come on for the movies we love segment. You don't have to be there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I'd shut my mouth. I wouldn't say anything.
Yeah, and Sigvaldi reminds me that it's Harvey Cthulhu Presents Pop Culture Breakdown, a Harvey Cthulhu production. So.
As long as it's not that other Harvey doing the producing, it's fine.
You talking about that Weinstein feller?
X-nay on the Weinstein.
Yeah.
No.
But folks, that's it for Pop Culture Roundup. Thank you so much for being here. We certainly appreciate it. Guys, please leave a like, subscribe, leave some comments after the video. YouTube is just not helping me with the watch hours. They've kind of killed maybe 1,000 watch hours that I had because that didn't qualify under the new guidelines. So I'm sitting at a little over 1,500. if we could get that pumped up, I'd love to get monetized at some point. So please leave a comment, leave a like, share the stream. Thank you so much. I'm gonna play the outro now, and we'll see you on the next one.
Wait. Just
Yeah,
to
go
let
ahead.
y'all know, leaving a comment after the stream is over and liking the streams helps more than you understand.
Now,
So the
can I expand
engagement,
on that?
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
engagement helps. So if you wouldn't mind after the stream is over, even if you just go and put a smiley face or a thumbs up, whatever, just get some engagement going. It would help the algorithm for his channel so much. So
Oh, yeah.
please, if you have the time, just go back after the stream is over and put it like a little good stream, high,
Now-
nice, something like that.
Here's another trick. Then this is something that YouTube just introduced, and I want to tell everybody about it, including Theta here, and you guys here at home. If you watch this stream about an hour later on your mobile device, refresh your like. Go ahead and unlike and refresh it, and you'll notice that it'll ask you, would you like to hype this video? Because at that point,
Yes.
it can be converted to video.
I've seen that. Yes.
Hit that hype button. You get 3 hypes a week. And what that does is this throws this video, because the stream will be converted to video. It tells YouTube, hey, target audience. So A, the creator needs to properly hashtag and put in the right category. And B, you guys in the audience, hype it. And what that does is that takes that video and throws it into those proper hashtag brackets. That's going to get you coverage, exposure, and by proxy, subscribers.
It's funny you mentioned that. I just
kind of
researched that
how
a couple days ago.
Skeletor's been doing it.
Yeah.
Oh
hype
yeah,
points.
I've hyped some other people that may be on this panel's videos, and it's
Mm-hmm.
That's
Thank
you
you.
have to do. You have to do that on your mobile device, though.
Yeah, it is a mobile only feature.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I
So
refuse.
what you do-
yeah,
this-
my phone's
I
not
know.
internet. I don't do
I
it.
know.
It's
know,
next
but
to
what I'm
like
saying,
the
yeah.
save, share, thanks. It's one of those buttons down there.
So what you do, here's the trick, is you make a playlist on your personal YouTube profile that says video/streams to hype. Okay?
Yeah.
So you just save it like you would save it to any playlist, personal playlist. You get 3 hypes a week. Now, YouTube's going to try and monetize and incentivize this. Nobody needs to throw any money into it.
No.
You can hype up to 3 videos/streams a week. So you just make this list, and you just go down the list, and you throw in a hype, you throw in a hype, you throw in a hype, you throw in a hype. And that's how you do it. And that way, everybody, everywhere gets covered eventually, and it costs you $0.00.
Yep.
absolutely cool. Yep. So hype points, guys.
Yeah.
Listen to
Hype,
Clark.
hype points, comments,
hype
and
stream.
likes.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being on the stream. We'll see you guys on the next one. Here's the outro.